Leaders, I just wanted to take a moment to tell you about something we have coming up. An exciting opportunity coming up over the next couple months to connect new people to a growing relationship with Jesus. The time of year is upon us when we've begun to shift our gaze toward the holidays. And Thanksgiving and Christmas are an exciting time in the Shepherd community. First and foremost, because it's the time of year where new people are drawn in to the community. The holidays have a way of drawing people in ways that they probably don't even understand. And so we're going to have a new explosion, a new experience with new visitors coming into the Shepherd community. And this is how we have a way to connect them to a growing relationship with Jesus through Thanksgiving, Christmas, November, and December. And so every interaction that you and I have with these new visitors, and really any interaction we have over these 2 months, is an opportunity to connect people to a growing relationship with Jesus. And we pray that the connections that you and I make in November and December are going to carry on into January. And that's why I wanted to take a moment to tell you about a new sermon and small group series we have coming up to meet just that need. In January, we're going to be doing a sermon and small group series called #Struggles. Now, don't be worried about the name. It has to do with the fact that in this media-driven, social media-driven world, we're finding higher levels of discontent, higher levels of discord, higher levels of frustration and disconnection. And we want to change that. We want to help people in this New Year's resolution-driven world at a time when they're already making life-altering decisions to slow down and have some conversations around biblical teaching, biblical principles, and the way that Christ wants them to lead their lives with the ideas of contentment, compassion, rest, and so many more. And so this is where your expertise comes into play. The growth that people are already experiencing with Christ in your groups, the depth of community that people are already having in your groups is something that all people need. All the visitors walking through our doors over the next couple months are all desiring the same thing, whether they know it or not. And it's the connection, it's the experience that you're already helping people find. And so would you help us continue to fulfill our mission to connect all people to a growing relationship with Christ through a 6-week study starting in January. This sermon series, this small group study, we believe will help transform some lives. But it's going to take the leadership and the guidance and the questions that the experience that you bring to the table to help that take place. And so I just have a couple invitations for you. If you're a leader and your group has been meeting for more than 2 years, here's the challenge that we have for you. Will you please prayerfully consider taking a 6-week break from your group? Over those 6 weeks, we would like you to start a new small group with new people to help 6 to 10 new people connect to a growing relationship with Jesus, to help have meaningful discussions, meaningful community around this study. Take a break from your small group for 6 weeks. If you're in a small group right now that has been meeting for less than 2 years, leaders, this is what I ask of you. Would you be willing to be on the lookout in November and December for one new person, for one new couple, one new family to invite into your small group? As your small group continues to get to know one another and deepen those relationships, would you find one person, one couple, one family to bring into that with you, to invite them to join you for this study in January, to be on the lookout? We're inviting all leaders to be on the lookout for those visitors and those places where God is prompting them to make invitations, to help new people, all people, connect to the great life change that's already happening in your small groups. And so we are asking that it's going to take more than just our existing leaders to transform these lives in January. We have so many people still in need of that type of connection, and we know we're going to have more coming through our doors. And so all leaders, the ask I have of you is that you would send us one name or the names of one couple who could be willing to step out of your group. People in your groups that are already experiencing life change, already experiencing growth with Christ in their lives. Would you be willing to give us one name or the name of one couple that would be able to lead that same 6-week small group this January? We know that they're experiencing life change. We know there are great leaders out there that, given the opportunity, given the prompting, could help 6 to 10 new people experience transformation through Christ. And so if you would send us those names, see us in the gathering area on a Sunday, jot us an email quick, maybe even write us a note. But please send us that one name, that one couple of people that we could go out and talk to about starting a group this January. Do we already know that life change is taking place? We hear the stories on a weekly basis of the way that the power of your small group, the way that you're leading people into those deeper relationships is already happening. And so we just ask, would you help us expand the circle? Expand to those people that aren't connected yet for 6 weeks. And that so many more people could grow closer to a relationship with Jesus. We thank you for your partnership in ministry. We simply ask that you would pray for these 3 opportunities, these 3 challenges. That you would be willing to step out of your group for 6 weeks. That you would be willing to look around and invite one new person, one new couple into your group for that time. Or that you would be willing to send us one name, the name of one couple, that we could go out and talk to about starting a group for those 6 weeks, to expand, continue to invite people to amazing relationships in community and relationships with Christ this January. Thank you for your partnership, and we look forward to hearing from you.